Have you ever felt like everything in your life is collapsing at the same time, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to hold it together? Not one problem, but everything. Your plans fail. People disappoint you. Your mind won't stop racing. And in those quiet moments, you start wondering, am I strong enough for this? Let me tell you something most people won't admit. There was a man who had every reason to break. He led an empire under constant war. He lost loved ones. He dealt with betrayal from people he trusted. Pressure surrounded him every single day. Yet instead of collapsing, he became one of the strongest minds in history. That man was Marcus Aurelius. And what made him different wasn't his power. It was his mindset. While the world around him was chaotic, he mastered something most people never do: emotional resilience. Today, I'm going to take you through 10 powerful suggestions inspired by his philosophy, but not in a boring textbook way. Instead, I'm going to tell you a story, a journey of someone who was just like you, overwhelmed, frustrated, and close to giving up, until everything changed. Suggestion number 1. Control your reaction, not the situation. Imagine this. A young man sits in his room late at night. His phone screen lights up with a message he didn't want to see. Rejection. Again. He clenches his jaw. His mind starts spinning. Why does this always happen to me? I'm not good enough. Nothing ever works out. His heart beats faster. Anger builds. Frustration takes over. But then, something shifts. He remembers a line he once read. You have power over your mind, not outside events. And for the first time, he pauses. Instead of reacting, he observes. He realizes something simple but powerful. He cannot control what just happened. But he can control what happens next. That moment, that tiny shift, is where emotional resilience begins. Not when life gets easier, but when you stop letting it control your reactions. Now listen carefully. If this one idea alone is already making you think differently, imagine what the rest of this video can do for you. So before we go deeper, take a second, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and make sure you watch until the end. Because what you're about to learn won't just help you handle stress. It can completely change how you deal with relationships, rejection, and even your love life. Now let's continue the journey. Suggestion number 2. Accept reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. The same young man wakes up the next morning. Nothing has changed. The rejection is still there. The problems are still waiting. But something inside him feels different. He notices how much energy he wasted fighting reality. He kept saying, this shouldn't have happened. This isn't fair. This is not how things were supposed to go. But what if the pain wasn't coming from the situation, but from his resistance to it? So he tries something new. He looks at the situation and says, this is what happened. I may not like it, but it's real. Now what can I do? And suddenly, the emotional weight starts to lift. Because acceptance doesn't mean you like something. It means you stop wasting energy denying it. Suggestion number 3, stop taking things personally. Later that day, he scrolls through social media. He sees people moving on, smiling, living their lives, and his mind whispers, they don't care about you. It stings. But then he remembers another idea. People act based on their own emotions, fears, and perspectives, not yours. That rejection, it wasn't a statement about his worth. It was a reflection of someone else's choice. And when he truly understands this, something powerful happens. He stops attaching his identity to other people's actions. He stops asking, what's wrong with me? And starts realizing, not everything is about me. That realization gives him freedom. Suggestion number 4. Turn obstacles into training. Days pass. Challenges keep coming. A failed opportunity, a misunderstanding, a setback. But now, instead of seeing problems as attacks, he starts seeing them differently, as training. Every difficult moment becomes a chance to practice something. When he feels angry, he practices calm. When he feels rejected, he practices confidence. When things go wrong, he practices patience, and slowly, without even realizing it, he's becoming stronger. Because life didn't stop testing him, he just stopped seeing tests as punishments. Suggestion number 5, detach from outcomes. One evening, he sits quietly, thinking about everything he's trying to fix, his career, his relationships, his future. And he realizes something that changes everything. He's been measuring his worth based on outcomes. If things go well, he feels good. If things go wrong, he feels like a failure. But that's a dangerous way to live. So he makes a decision. He will focus on effort, not results. He will show up, do his best, and let go of what he cannot control. And with that, something unexpected happens. He feels lighter, less anxious, more stable, because he's no longer tied to outcomes he can't control. Suggestion number 6, guard your thoughts carefully. But then, a bad day hits again. Doubt creeps back in. What? If nothing ever works out, what if I fail again? Old patterns try to return, but this time, he catches them. He realizes that thoughts are not facts. Just because his mind says something doesn't make it true. So instead of believing every negative thought, he questions them. Is this helping me? Is this logical? Is this even true? And when he starts filtering his thoughts, his emotions begin to stabilize. Because your mind can either be your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Suggestion number 7, focus on the present moment. Weeks go by. He notices something interesting. Most of his stress doesn't come from what's happening now. It comes from what might happen or what already happened. Future creates anxiety. The past creates regret. But the present is manageable. So he starts grounding himself. He focuses on what's in front of him, the task he's doing, the moment he's in, and slowly, the noise in his head becomes quieter. Because resilience doesn't come from controlling time. It comes from staying present within it. Suggestion number 8, limit emotional dependence on others. One night he reflects deeply. He realizes how much of his emotional pain came from expecting others to fulfill him. He wanted validation, attention, consistency. And when he didn't get it, he broke. But now, he understands something powerful. Depending on others for emotional stability is risky because people change, feelings change, situations change. So instead of depending on others, he starts building his own inner foundation. He still cares. He still connects. But he doesn't rely on others to feel whole, and that makes him stronger than ever before. Suggestion number 9, embrace discomfort. As time passes, he faces something he used to avoid. Discomfort. Hard conversations, uncertainty, rejection. Instead of running, he leans into it. Because he realizes something most people ignore. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you face what scares you. So every uncomfortable moment becomes an opportunity. And slowly, fear loses its power over him. Suggestion number 10. Remember, this is temporary. Finally, one day, everything hits again. Stress, confusion, doubt. For a moment, it feels overwhelming. But this time, he doesn't panic. He breathes. And he reminds himself, this will pass. Because it always does. Every emotion, every problem, every storm, nothing lasts forever. And that thought gives him strength. Now here's the truth. He didn't become emotionless. He didn't stop feeling. He just learned how not to be controlled. by those feelings, and that's what emotional resilience really is. Not avoiding pain, not pretending to be strong, but staying steady. Even when everything goes wrong, because life will test you, again and again. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Moments will break you. But if you learn to control your reaction, accept reality, think clearly, and stay grounded, you won't just survive. You'll transform. And one day, you'll look back at the version of yourself who felt lost, overwhelmed, and weak, and realize that was the moment you started becoming strong. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.